when I would go to a restaurant and they'd say, would you like a booth or would you like a table? And I'd look right down. Because I knew I couldn't fit in the booth. I talked about the times when I was over 400 pounds and I couldn't put on any socks. And I had to slip on shoes. And I talked about the most embarrassing time for me when I couldn't wipe myself in the bathroom. It was the hardest moment for me. And I didn't want to go back to that weight. Now, I didn't gain much weight in that struggle. Have you ever read a blog where someone says, well, I gained 3 pounds and they're freaking out and they're going crazy, and then like all the comments like, no, don't worry about it, it's only 3 pounds, it's only 3 pounds. But to that person, it's not about 3 pounds. It's going to be much more than those 3 pounds. It's going to be 10 pounds, it's going to be 20 pounds because they're on the wrong track. And that's what I was on. So actually, I was right around 270. And I could live the rest of my life at 270 if I was healthy, to be honest with you. I could still be a good dad at 270. I could still shop at normal stores and be 270. And I could still work out at 270. But I wasn't going to be 270. I was going to be 420 pounds a year. So I decided to make a change. I changed the way I eat. Obviously, I don't eat that many processed foods. I'm not a preacher, though. I'm not going to tell you what you should and shouldn't eat. If you think about it, every time I hear somebody say that they're a clean eater, I just think that I'm a better eater than you, and that's not me. Obviously, I'm not a very good eater. If I was a good eater, I would be over 400 pounds. You know, that's what I always say. It's like, you know, every time I always hear about the statistics of obesity, 33%. What about the other 66% that aren't obese, that can enjoy McDonald's? Why can't that be me? Yeah, because I'm an emotional eater. Pick an emotion, I'm eating. I want to remember what it was like to be over 400 pounds. Because if I don't remember that, I'm going to be 400 pounds again. I want to remember heavy breathing. I want to remember not being able to sleep in the same bed as my wife. I want to be able to remember not being able to bend down. Taking 3 medications for my heart and my cholesterol. Not being able to walk. But today I look at you, and I still have kept off over 200 pounds. I'm sharing with you something about my life that I haven't shared with anyone else. Because obviously, if you want to look at my success story, my name is Tony. I lost 221 pounds and I've kept it off for 4 years. But I also learned some things along the way. I learned things about struggle. So 2 things I do want to talk about today, or my 2 things to take away from it. Number 1, what happened to me in my life was horrible. And I guarantee you that everything that happened in your life might be just as bad, it might be even worse. Tragedy is not an excuse. I hate to say it, but it's not an excuse to go back to selfish eating. You've done something really, really, really positive with this. Don't go back to the old way, no matter what. You're going to slip and you're going to fall, but you're not going to get knocked out. The other thing, too, is that there's a million different ways to define a success story. Success stories have loose skin sometimes. They have stretch marks. Sometimes they don't look good in pictures. But I guarantee you, I'm looking around this room and I see a ton of success stories. There's a lot of people who wrote, they said, well, I've done really well in this journey, but I have a long way to go to my goal. I just want to look at it a different way. Sometimes your goal isn't what you think. Because people ask me, are you at your goal weight? And I am at my goal weight. And my goal weight is to never be 420 pounds again. Thank you so much for your time.